Hey world, I am back with another video and we are heading full swing right into the fall season. The PSL ladies are all storming out with their cozy sweaters and their Starbies in hand, ready to go. So I figured let's do a try on from this brand called Quince, and from a poll that I got from all of you, you guys were interested in learning a little bit more about Quince, and if you are familiar, maybe you would just want to hear my perspective on the quality and the haul that I've got. I got 2 bags, lots of clothes. I spent over $800 and I don't know how much of this I can keep, but let's just get right into it. So for those of you who are not familiar with Quince, they are a direct consumer brand, and how they quote unquote or claim that they cut down on cost is not have any third parties like Macy's, Nordstrom's, or just boutique stores in general to hold their inventory. They want to sell directly to you as consumers. This is not a new concept. There are a lot of brands that are out there that are doing this, whether it's clothing, jewelry, or even food, and of course cookware. Quince and another company called Italic, which I'll touch on in a moment here, are probably the ones that I know of, and Quince has been doing a lot of marketing. So there is, money being dumped towards, brand awareness, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of the companies I've seen out there, if you're talking about Ideal, which, we all heard plenty of, and there are other companies that claim, they're just focused on one specific category. Company like Quince is a little bit different because they're trying to be the quote unquote one-stop shop to you as a consumer, covering home goods, jewelry, shoes, bags, luggage, et cetera, et cetera. You can definitely go on their FAQ and they actually go into a little bit of detail, a lot of detail, but also very little detail at the same time on how they source and, get these items for you. There are a couple key points I do want to point out to you for your awareness. Obviously, you can do the reading yourself, but I think these points are important. Before I go into the items, and of course, I'll do some mod shots as I'm showing you these items and my thoughts on these particular items. They do have a crazy return policy. It is 365 days, which I kind of don't understand. Like, why keep it open for 365 days? A month, maybe 2 months, I think is more than enough for you as a consumer to figure out if you want to keep the item or not. Other comparable return policy that are just pretty insane, in my opinion, is Nordstrom's, right? But Nordstrom has the return policy that says like they will literally take anything back at any given point in time. It's not just 365 days. You can abuse the item, wear on the street, wear it every day, and then it's like shredded. As long as you have the receipt, they'll take it back, which I think is kind of unnecessary. Even as a consumer, yes, it's nice, but people abuse that kind of policy, right? But their particular return policy is 365 days. However, you can't wear the item, right? So that's the biggest difference. It needs to have its original tags on there. It needs to have its original packaging on there for you to return the item, which I thought was, I don't know, just like, then what's the point of the 365-day return policy? What, for the item to sit in your closet? That doesn't make any sense to me. Couple things. I've been eyeing this brand for quite a while. And again, I'm sure there are plenty of other content creators that have covered this. But if you care about my opinion, I don't think they do any sales per se, like Black Friday sales. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't really find anything. I haven't gone down the Reddit rabbit hole, but I don't think they do any sales because they pride themselves to have really good pricing and not just mark it up to mark it down again, which I appreciate. I can respect that. However, of course, I'm going to tell you how I found the deal. I'm a new customer, so obviously you can take off that $10 that they offer to everybody, but check your credit card. Your credit card, I personally have an Amex card as well as a Chase Sapphire Reserve card. And if you haven't seen my video on the credit card and how I use it to my advantage, go check that video out. I do give you quite a few pointers. I used to work at a bank, so I know the ins and outs of it, especially if you travel internationally. But if you check your offers with Amex or Chase, they do have these, 10% cash back, or spend $100, get $20 back. It changes all the time. And Quince is actually one of the ones I see pop up on my credit card offers the most, actually. They do have a limited warranty. It's pretty extensive, so I won't go into detail. If this is something that is really important to you in terms of warranty, definitely go read that through before you check it out. I would probably pay the most attention to, not so much the clothing, but the luggages. If you ever decide to purchase luggages from Quince, definitely check out the warranty and what it includes, because luggages, especially check-in luggages, that's going to be beaten up at the airport. So I was quite hesitant to purchase from Quince for a long time just because I did experience Italic, which is a very similar business model, and they do have a number of products. And I did purchase a bag from them. It was not the highest quality. It was a tote bag. It arrived and it was all ripply. The leather was completely ripply, and I sent it back and they sent me another one. It was the exact same thing. Now, Italic back in the day, they did mention that they were using the same manufacturer. That's what they advertise as Chloe, or the same manufacturer as Miu Miu or Prada. I've just checked them out recently. They no longer have that quote unquote advertisement of saying like, hey, we use the same manufacturers as the big luxury brands. They don't do that anymore. But because I was, remembering that experience from Italic and I didn't have a good one, I kind of stayed away from companies like Quince until now. Okay, enough of me yapping here. Let me just show you the first item that I purchased. Again, I spent over $800 and there are 9 items altogether. So I'll tell you kind of my thoughts, what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to return. And the first item is the one that you're seeing me wear right now. This is the Mongolian cashmere, 100% cashmere boat neck sweater. And this is going to be in the brown color. I'm just making sure I'm telling you the right color. And this is gorgeous. I feel like it's so soft. It's so cozy. It is very thin. The material is fantastic. And I love the whole one shoulder look. I'm just wearing a casual tank top underneath. If I get too hot, I can actually just take this sweater off and just wear my tank top. If I get cold, it's a really casual look. But then if I were to wear jeans, right now I'm wearing leggings, something I can just kind of lounge at home, or even if I'm going out for a casual dinner, it's just screaming elegance, but with yoga pants vibe. And then I can easily wear a sling crossbody with this, whether it's leather or if it's nylon. Probably would stay away from nylon with this kind of color and sweater. I just feel like this is such an elegant piece to add to your collection. One thing I forgot to add is that all of these items, they claim, are shipped directly from the manufacturer instead of having it to its warehouse, which quote unquote saves on carbon emissions. I don't know, whatever. I get it. I guess I get it. But it was really annoying because I ordered 9 things and they all showed up at different times. So it actually all came all together in 6 different packages as opposed to one big package. So that was kind of annoying. I was trying to keep track of all of the packages that are coming in. And then of course, my dog's going crazy every time the doorbell rings and my boyfriend's like, how many packages do you have coming? Well, I ordered one order of 9 things and they decided to show up in 6 different packages. I can't help that, okay? So just something to keep in mind. So this is actually the first piece that showed up and I was like, oh, I'm impressed. I'm really digging this one. I like it a lot. The color is gorgeous. In the camera, I think it's showing up a little bit green, but I think this is a true chocolate, cozy chocolate color. And I'm definitely keeping this one, and the fit is just right. I'll make sure to link everything down below for you, including the sizes that I got and my measurements, just because I know everybody can feel like it's gonna fit a little bit differently. For Renfers, I am 172 centimeters, 5'8", and then usually a size medium or large. The second item is going to be this cashmere short sleeve sweater thing. I personally really enjoy wearing short sleeve sweaters just because it's easier sometimes if you want to wear a jacket with slim sleeves. I got really thick arms, monkey arms, I like to say. So sometimes I don't want the bulk with it, but I do love the sweater look. However, this one, the material is nice. It's very soft. The pictures on the website is not accurate in my opinion, just because this is completely see-through. Regardless if you are wearing, something dark underneath or if it's something, lighter. You see my hand? You can kind of see my hand already. This is completely see-through, which is not what I want. I like wearing white, but I still want it to be opaque, right? Regardless if I wear something dark underneath, I don't want the whole, like you can see the outline of my darker tank top or even like a lighter tank top. This is definitely something I think that they could improve on. If you're going to make a light colored kind of sweatshirt or cashmere, yes, I understand. It is $50. They want to use the least amount of cashmere material possible. Charge a little bit more. I know that's what they're famous for, quote unquote, $50 sweater or, cashmere pieces, but I'd rather you charge me $10 more, $20 more, and make this a thicker material so that I don't have to worry about everything being see-through. Even if this is in black, I can imagine it to be a see-through piece as well. So this is a complete pass on for me. The other piece that is also a pass on me, and I'm just going to wear this as a matchup between the two pieces right here of why I'm returning both of them. Ideally, I think the silk skirt with a sweater top that is short sleeve is a gorgeous look. It is so elegant and so super cozy for the autumn months with, of course, a Starbies in your hand. However, this particular length is going to be a little bit too short on me. This hits my calf, right? So maybe this is not a problem for you, but I would suggest that you buy the longer version of this washable silk skirt. Gorgeous material, nothing wrong with the construction of the piece here. If I were to purchase this again, I definitely will go with the longer one. If you are a more petite person, this might not be an issue for me. So nothing wrong with this particular piece here. The material is gorgeous. I wish I could keep this, but it just hits me at a super awkward. Like, I have Asian calves. They're chunky tree trunks already. I don't need to accentuate them by seeing the actual, line, the end of the skirt to hit my tree trunks. All right. So this is definitely going back, which also makes me sad because I was excited to purchase actual silk that's washable and kind of just throw it in the wash and see what it looks like after a wash or two to see if it falls apart or if actually, stays in its, washable condition. I remember seeing another YouTuber. She mentioned there's a washable silk skirt that is out there. And I'm just like, yes, I totally want that. That sounds so luxurious. And then when I clicked on it, it was like $350. I'm like, I don't want to pay $350 for a silk skirt that I don't know if it's actually washable. This only costs $50. I think that is such a great value for what they're claiming it to be. So maybe in the future, I might purchase or order the longer version and kind of test it out. I do have plenty of the skirts that are this particular style, except I bought the cheapy ones from like Amazon, and they're not even cheap. They're like $20 or $30. I wore the shit out of them for work and it worked great, but it started to snag. And during the summer, it does get kind of hot and sticky, whereas silk is not supposed to have that same effect. It should be very flowy, very good central airflow down here between your legs, right? So I think when I do purchase the longer version, I might get rid of the satin ones that are, basically polyester from Amazon that costs $20, $30. This one only costs $50 and it's actual silk. Completely worth it in my opinion. Okay, the next piece I'm actually super excited about because, I know I said this before, I'm not allowed to purchase any more jackets. This is what happens when you record yourself, put yourself on the internet saying, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do XYZ, I'm not going to buy more jackets, and here I am buying another jacket. But this is such a gorgeous piece. I love this. This is going to be the biker jacket in suede, and I got it in the dark chocolate color. Suede is super on trend right now, and for me to purchase a suede biker jacket that doesn't look completely awful on me is almost impossible. I do have, I want to say, one or two actual leather jacket. I also have another one that is quote unquote pleather, not my favorite thing, but it has held up really well over the years, and you probably have seen me throughout the years wearing that jacket because it actually feels, it's very thin, and that's why I like it. I didn't like my All Saints actual leather jacket because the leather was so thick. I felt like I was just a gorilla in it and I couldn't really move my arms. So I ended up not really wearing the All Saints leather jackets for that particular reason. And I felt really restricted with my arms, just like sucked in there, even though the rest of the jacket fit. Now this one, on the other hand, it's so soft and malleable. You still get that biker jacket look. It's so on trend, and the leather smells freaking amazing. This piece did come from India, if that's something that is important to you, and I got it in a size large. At $150, I mean, this is a no-brainer. And I really like, for all of my light jackets like blazers and you know, biker jackets like this, for the arms to be able to be, you know, kind of rolled up or pushed up. So if I need to get down to business, I can. And I also just really like that look in general. And this is very soft and thin enough for me to pull up my sleeve whenever I need to. And they have the adjustable sleeve with the zipper, like most jackets do. They do have that feature as well. The interior is going to be kind of a satiny feel. It's not silk. It may look like silk, but really it's just, I think, polyester. So something to think about, which I think is actually really nice because it keeps the jacket kind of lightweight. And then because it's this satin material, you can easily slip on and off with your sweater if you have something that is a little bit more like sticky to your body. It just makes it for a really good experience. So I'm definitely going to keep this one, and I'm really excited to wear this, you know, when I'm out and about, going out for drinks, and you just need something a little bit light that is really stylish for you to throw over your shoulders when you're feeling a little chilly. And might I mention the cut. The cut is fantastic. All of the pieces I'm talking about, the cuts for my specific body has been fantastic. The next piece I want to talk about is going to be another cashmere piece at, I think, $50. This is in a mossy green color. Gorgeous in itself. The cut is great. The material, it's very soft. The stitching is fantastic. Nothing wrong with this, but I think I'm going to return it because I realize how many of these styles I do have. And I just kind of need to return it because I don't need an accumulation of the same kind of, you know, sweaters in my closet. But overall, if you want a cashmere at $50, I think this is a great option. But this one is going back, where I'm keeping this one just because I don't really have a whole lot of that boat neck sweater, and then where I can wear the one shoulder off the shoulder kind of look. Let's do a bag. I feel like I talked about so many different pieces of clothing. Let's do a bag because I do have two bags. The first bag that I purchased is a suede one. And this one is going to be the bucket bag in suede navy. This one also came from India. I think all of the leather pieces did come from India directly. It was shipped via DHL and or FedEx from what I recall. And this one is actually really, it's decent quality. And this one is priced currently at $100. I really can't complain. I think this one is really well constructed. There's little feet at the bottom, and it's, again, I'm just smelling the leather. It smells pretty amazing. I'm looking over the glazing. The glazing looks fantastic. The gold or the brushed gold hardware is very well done. I'm not going to take all of the packaging apart because I actually won't be keeping this one just because this is a little too small for me, but it is a fantastic option. I'm looking at the stitching. Stitching is great. The zipper is pretty decent. And then the interior, just to show you, it does come with a little strap for your keys. And then the interior is going to be made of linen. You can literally put your entire life in here. Umbrella, you know, fall essentials, right? Fall essentials where you want to put a water bottle, you want to put your umbrella in there, you definitely can. But I feel like for a bucket bag, I want something a little bit more substantial. And of course, I spent over $800 on this. I can't be keeping everything or else I have no money to spend on any other bags to review for you. As I'm going through all of these pieces, I'm like, ooh, this is fantastic. I actually went into the expectation that it's going to be like 80%, maybe 90% of them are going to be like shitty. And I was just like, every new piece that came in, I'm trying it on. I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Oh, this is another great piece. So I'm like pleasantly shocked, right? So I can't be keeping everything. I've got so much more to review for you. So I'm really excited about that. Before I keep going with this bag and showing you the features of it, do hit like and subscribe button. I hope you'll come back, check out some of my other videos. And again, if you are new to my channel, first time here, do drop a comment, say, hi, I'm new, just subscribe. Love to say hi to you. So let's get back into the purse here. But it is going to be linen, and on the inside, there's a little compartment right here with a pocket. And then they do also have a zip pocket. And shockingly, the zipper, you hear me going back and forth like this. It is fantastic. I'm pleasantly surprised. But I will say this one is priced at $99. If you go on Madewell does have a lot of options in terms of suede, and they do go on sale. So do keep an eye on Madewell as well and see which one you like better. Maybe like in terms of the measurements or maybe the features on the inside. So personally, I kind of like having a lighter interior because it's easier to find. Yes, it can get dirty, but for a cheapier bag like this, I think having a lighter interior is always more beneficial because then you're not going in there stirring the pot trying to find whatever you need to get right out of your bag. And then of course the strap is completely adjustable. It is incredibly long. So they thought about the detail right here. There's a little loop here where you can tuck the extra length of the strap so that it's nicely tucked away instead of flapping around. Okay, the next item is going to be a Lululemon dupe. I freaking love this thing. I was so shocked. I was like, oh, it looks nice. I put it on. I'm like, what is this? Why does this make me look like I'm 5 sizes smaller than I'm actually am? So the material is fantastic. It is makes me look very skinny, even though I am not. I got this in a size large. They have really cool features that I keep noticing, like as I'm wearing it. You can put your thumb through the hole right here. And then also like if you're going out jogging, which I don't jog. So, but if you're outside walking your dogs and your hands are cold, guess what? Look at the sleeve. You see the sleeve? You put your finger through here, and then you can flip it over and cover your hand like a glove. Isn't that crazy? That is such a smart design. I don't know if Lululemon does this, but they need to pick up a page from Quince's book if they don't. Zippers are fantastic. I love how the zipper is the same color as the rest of the material here. So, and then in the back, you can see it does have a hole for, airflow if you start sweating. This is a great piece that you can wear to, working out. Or if you're just running some errands, it's feeling a little brisk outside, you can definitely wear this, look very chic. This you can actually pair with like a Lululemon belt bag, and people are going to think this is Lululemon. Except you didn't pay $130 for Lululemon pieces. Just saying. I'm going to figure out how to do, clothing videos a little bit better. But the next piece I want to show you is this black dress. You know I love my black dresses. This one is fantastic. I got this in a medium. I put it on. I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. I've been buying Amazon dresses and they've worked out really nicely. Most of them are, the cheapy materials. They started to ball up a little bit. I do have a Vince work dress as well, but this one is going to be the whole sweater feel. And then you can see the rib lining right there. You see the material, how it's a little bit ribbed and then stretchy. Perfect for the winter, fall, whether you're going out to dinner, if you want to wear this with a blazer over it at like $60, $70. I can't remember exactly. Again, all the links will be down below for your convenience. I freaking love this. I look fantastic in this. And I don't like to say that about myself. I actually feel fantastic in this dress. You can wear this with the biker jacket I just showed you. I'm a little way too excited for this clothing haul. And then they do have a little slit in the back that, makes it easier for you to walk in. But this is pretty stretchy, so I don't think you'll have any issues walking in this. Okay, the last one, again, it's going to be super long, so it's going to be hard to show you, but are these pants. I feel like a lot of these are dupes. So I did keep seeing the Instagram stories where these are like the super high-waisted and then it's like bell-bottom. The original brand that I saw, I don't know if it's original, but it's where I first saw it. I forget what it's called, but I saw a lot of ads for it and reels for it. And of course I was like, click. Oh, it's $190 or is it $200? Something like that. I was like, oh, I don't want to spend that much money on something that is kind of quote unquote the unknown, right? So when I was popping onto the Quince website, taking a look around to see what's available, and I saw these, which are a complete dupe and they're only $50. Why the hell not? So I tried these on when they arrived. It looks, my boyfriend looks like those pants instantly make you look like a stick. I was like, oh, thank you. I do want to look at this stick. He's like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because you already have no butt. So this literally makes you look like a stick. I don't know. I think these are great work pants. These are great travel pants. They've got the right cuts at the right areas. And it's only $50. I think I might have to go down a size, but I'm going to have to try it out again and see if I need to size down because I did get it in a large. So we'll see. I think these are fantastic. I feel great in them. This is the last clothing piece. And let me show you the final piece that I got, which is another purse. I love these. These are great. Okay, the last piece is going to be another purse. This is another dupe. That's what I've been noticing. There are a lot of dupes on Quince's website. I don't know how you feel about that, but you do what you will with this information. I'm not going to keep this bag because I have, like I said, I have so many bags coming that I can't keep everything, but I was quote unquote ordering these for research sake. It's not to say that I won't ever purchase bags from them, but I don't know, maybe I am tempted to keep this one. This one's really pretty. So this is obviously going to be a dupe of the Bottega Androids. I'll insert the name before. I'm losing the name. But you know, the quote unquote viral bag that has everybody talking about it, whether it is an overrated bag or if it's a underrated bag. People have a lot of opinions about the Bottega one because they are outrageously priced for what it is. This one costs $150. It is not obviously a replica because it doesn't have any of the metal portion of it, but I think this is equivalent to the small, maybe the medium. The quality is fantastic. The leather is so buttery soft. It smells amazing. I'm looking at the construction of it. It looks fantastic. Now, is it Bottega quality? Absolutely not. You cannot come close. But for $150, I think this is a fantastic option. The rivets right here, you could tell is the part of one of the biggest difference other than the gold hardware that the Bottega one has here. The rivets here are also the same color as the rest of the bag, which I appreciate, but the Bottega one is going to be much bigger. So I don't know if that's important to you or not, but I'm actually really impressed. To take the stuffing out to show you what is in the interior, it's just an open compartment. And of course, you've got same thing with the Bottega one. There's a extra compartment divider here, which you can not remove. The Bottega one, I was doing some research just to do the side-by-side comparison for you, is because of the gold hardware right here, you can actually unbuckle it and take off the entire strap, the crossbody strap, so to speak, and then remove the interior pouch. This one is not removable. This one is also very buttery soft. It does have a zip compartment, which the zipper, as you can see, is very, very smooth. So you can put, a lot of items in here and keep it secure. And then, of course, you got the back compartment and you've got the built-in magnets, which is kind of cool because if you decide to use the divider right here, the magnet is still strong enough to keep your bag closed. Now, is it the tightest close? No, but it is going to keep your bags kind of cinched together, so that not all of it is just completely open like this, right? And then, of course, at the bottom, you do have a base that keeps the shape what it's supposed to be. Now, what's cool about this, in my opinion, is that, yes, you can shove the divider all the way to the back so that you can just use this kind of like a tote and an open compartment. However, if you want some structure and dividing, you can push this to the front, or I guess the middle. It won't go all the way through because there's a divider here where the bag cinches in. You can actually make your own compartments and turn it into a dual compartment, put stuff in the front, put stuff in the back. The chain, or I guess the strap itself, is going to be able to pull through. Unfortunately, you can't detach it. And then if you want to use this as a top handle, you'll just have to tuck it away. Not as seamless as the Bottega because you can't detach it, so the string has to go over the bag, so it kind of just sticks out. Not the best look, in my opinion. But again, if you love that Bottega bag that is quote unquote viral, I think for $150, you can achieve the same look. You've got the top handle, and it's just a really soft, buttery bag. I think my mom's not here right now, but I think if my mom were to see this bag, she's gonna want it. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna see her in maybe a month or two. There is a 365-day return policy. I guess that's kind of why they did the 365-day policy. So if I keep this bag, she sees it, she likes it, she gets to keep it. If she doesn't like it, I still can return it. I don't know. Just thinking out loud here, right? So that is the last bag. Truly impressed. So like I said, I just made a mess throughout my entire house here, but I hope you really enjoy that because I really did. I was pleasantly shocked because like I said, I thought I was going to return 80 or 90% of this. Probably end up going to keep at least half of the stuff here because I am really impressed with the quality and the cut. It is very hard for me to find a clothing brand that actually has a nice cut for my specific body type. And I'm sure all of you struggle out there where, you know, I've got a longer torso, I've got longer legs, or I've got shorter legs, or I've got shorter arms. And it's just hard to find a specific clothing brand that actually makes, you know, clothing that is flattering for your specific body. So enough of my rambling. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, everything's linked down below. I really hope you enjoyed this haul. If you want to see more Quince hauls, please give me an excuse to buy more because I'm actually like, oh, wow. They weren't lying. People weren't lying about Quince reviews. So life is hard. I want to help you save time and money so that you can somehow adult easier and hopefully less than retail. I'll see y'all next time.